Hey guys, welcome to part 14, I think, of my Making a Discord Bot in Python YouTube series. In this video, we are going to be going over how to create a custom help command. So you might be wondering, hey, you've already done a video in the past. I believe it was actually in the previous not rewrite series, but I get the gist of it. I can just remove the old help command and create my own. And yeah, you can do that, but I'm actually going to show you a new, better option where you can actually take a help command object from within Discord PY, which is actually what is used to create the default help command, modify it, and create your own in a much more simplistic and definitely more Pythonic way. So yeah, let's get right into that. So first things first, what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to create a object for our custom help command. So we're going to create a class. I'm going to call mine, I don't know, custom help command. And we're actually going to have it extend, or rather it's going to be a subclass of commands.help command. All right, so we are going to create our init method, and we're going to call the superclass, or its parent class, and we are going to call the init function for that. We can create, or we can mess with any parameters we would like within this here, but I'm just going to leave it blank for now, just because, as per usual, my videos go over just kind of the basics to get you started, and then if you want to go further from what I'm teaching you, based on what I've taught you, you should be able to kind of read through the documentation and just modify it further. So yeah, so we just we just call the init method from the superclass, and we are going to actually implement 4 different functions or methods from within our custom help command. So let me type those out for you. So there's async def send bot help. Oh, I actually didn't know it autofills that. That's perfect. Async def send cog help. Async def send group help, and async def, I don't know why I keep saying async def, that's not part of the function or method name, but command help is the last one here. All right, and so I'll explain what these do in a bit, but for now we can just leave it. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to come down here to where we are instantiating our bot, and we are going to add a little section in here where we specify that instead of using the default help command, we actually want to use our own help command. And actually you can see it in this pop-up here, help underscore command equals default. We're actually going to say help underscore command is going to be equal to an instance of custom help command. And that's pretty much it. So let's go over these 4 functions that we're implementing here, and I'll talk a little bit about what they do and why we have them implemented here. So sendBot help is called when, let's say your command prefix, what is it? Mine's a dot here. So if I type .help into Discord, this is the function that's called, or this one rather. If I type .help, actually I do have a couple cogs here. Oh, it's already open. I have a test cog here for the sake of showing you how it works when we eventually test it, but I have this test cog here, so if I do help test, right, then this function will be the one that's called because it's sending cog help. If I run help, what is my group command? Group, it's just called group. So if I do .help group, it will run this one. And I think I have one that is not a group here. This one, test. So if I do .help test, not capital test, because that would actually refer to the cog. I probably should have picked a different name, but lowercase test would refer to the command name, and it would run this method here, send command help. So of course, if you type .help with no extra arguments, it's just going to send the default bot help. If you type it with a cog argument, it's going to send this one, a group argument, it's going to send this one, and lastly, a command argument, going to send this one. So let's clear this out here. And we're actually just going to implement them very kind of, it's probably not going to be the prettiest, and it definitely won't be now that I say it out loud, but it'll give you an idea of just how to use it and just to see what you can sort of do. So first things first, what we're going to do here is we are going to override, or not override, but implement our version of send bot help. All right, so we have this mapping variable here, and mapping is essentially, you can kind of think of it as a dictionary where you have the cog itself, and then you get a list of commands associated with that cog. So you can kind of show all of your cogs and the commands associated with it if you want. I mean, of course, you could just do none of that, but we'll do something like that. I don't know, we'll just go like for cog in mapping, and then we'll, I don't know, await self. Oh, right, so that's something I need to tell you. In these help commands here, as you can tell, there's no reference to context or CTX. So you might be wondering, well, how on earth am I supposed to send a message? Well, there's actually a method built into the help command provided by Discord PY, and it is called get destination. And this simply returns the destination that has been, I guess, pulled by the command, and by default it's kind of just where the help command was invoked. I'm sure you can override it. I mean, you can always create your own async def get destination, whatever, and just return whatever the heck you want in here. We're not going to do that, but you can mess around and do whatever you want. But again, this is simply what calls the destination, aka where you want to be sending the command. So again, we're just going to leave it as the default location, or the default destination for the sake of this tutorial. And so I'm just going to say get destination, send, and then, I don't know, we'll do something fancy maybe. We'll put the cog, but we're going to want the name, so qualified name. And then, I don't know, let's put, so we'll have a list of commands. So I'm thinking command.name for command in, what would it be? Mapping cog? Yeah, because you get the cog, and you're going to get all the commands associated with that, and for each of the commands print out the name, and it's just going to come out as a list. I'm not going to bother making it any prettier than that. It's good enough to demonstrate what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, it's gonna have to send a message for every single cog that the bot has. Probably not the best implementation, but for the sake of demonstrating, I'm sure it's fine. And we can kind of do a similar thing for like the rest of these commands here. So let's replace this one now. We'll do just await self dot get destination dot send, and we'll just do something like, well, cog qualified name, and we can just put the commands as well, but this time we don't have a mapping, right? So there's no command and then, there's no cog and then commands associated with it. So we'll actually have to pull the commands from the cog itself. So we can just use cog get commands. So it'll be pretty similar. Yeah, command.name for command in cog get commands. That should work. Hopefully there's no errors here. But let's go on to the next one. So this is now for a group, right? So we'll just do await self.get destination, send, and then, yeah, so we have a group here. So we're going to need to put group.name, because a group is just a type of command, right? And then we'll put our little colon here. And so groups actually have, I believe, a set of commands or subcommands. So it's not like a nice list, and we can't use like group.get commands, but we can enumerate them. So we can do something like command.name for, I guess, index, and command in enumerate. There it is. Enumerate, and then group.commands. I don't know. Again, this might not be the best way to kind of pull the commands and print them out nicely, but it serves our purpose well enough. Let's just put it that way. And again, this is really just to demonstrate kind of how the methods can be used, as opposed to what you should be doing within the methods, because this is just showing you how to use kind of each variable passed in. You can of course do absolutely anything you want. And so for the last one here, we're actually going to just, I don't know, it's just a command. I don't think I have like the usage or anything here. No, I don't. So we'll just maybe print out the command name. So we'll just say await self dot get destination, and we'll do send, and just command dot name. So this should be fine. Hopefully there are no errors, but yeah, so let's just kind of quickly go through this again. So we've created our help command. It is a subclass of help command, and we are just initializing the help command itself within our custom version of the help command, and we are just implementing our own version of these four methods, of which they can be called through using the help command and passing or not passing in certain types of parameters. And of course, don't forget to specify that your help command is now no longer the default help command. It is actually an instance of your custom help command. So with that in mind, let's get this running. So let me just, oh, I actually don't have this over here. So let's start up the bot. I'm going to open Discord and bring this over here. So now, if I use .help, as we can see here, it's actually showing my new help command. So let me see, I'm going to move this over here for now, and I'll bring it back and forth. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can just shrink this down a little bit. Something like this. But, yeah, this is fine. So as you can see, if we do .help with no arguments whatsoever, it's sending this default help command here, of which it's just looping through all of the cogs we have. There's only one in this instance, and it prints out the cog name, which is test, and all of the commands associated with that cog, which is no group and group. And if you want to verify that, I can just go back here. There's group and there's test, and actually test is, oh, this is the subcommand. Oh, so no group is the actual command that is not in the group. So we'll be testing with no group as opposed to test. But test doesn't show up when we go in here because it's a subcommand of group and it's not actually within the cog per se, right? So it's showing us no group and group. So those are the two commands that it sees. If we do .help test, should be similar. Actually, it's the exact same thing, yeah, because we just print out the cog name again, and we're just printing the exact same list, except instead of getting it from the mapping, we're getting it from the cog itself. So that's perfectly fine. So for the next one, we are going to do help, and we need to put in a group command. So I'm just going to do help group because that's the name of my group command, and it puts the group name as well as the name of its one subcommand. If you remember, when we look back here, we have group.command here as opposed to these two being commands.command or commands.command, and this is commands.group because it's a group. But yeah, so it's just showing a list of its subcommands and just the names, of course, not the objects themselves. And last but not least, we are going to do help no group because, as I said earlier, no group is in fact, actually you can even see it right there, no group is actually the command that is within the test cog. So we're just going to run that. And yeah, if you remember, we just made it print out the name here. Let me just kind of move this around again. So get destination send command.name. And that's pretty much it. So those four methods are kind of crucial in terms of implementing them how you want to have your command working as you would like. It's very straightforward. It's a lot easier than just removing the help command, creating your own, and then parsing whatever arguments are given, as opposed to just, you know, using what the Discord PY module has for you already. I find this is a lot cleaner, a lot easier to read, and it's just something that, you know, maybe you guys will want to implement in bots of your own. Also, again, there are more methods that you're able to override. There are some that come with existing implementations. I believe, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but just the help command class or object actually comes with no implementation for these things. If you wanted to see what the default implementations were, you would actually be able to use commands dot, I think it's default help command. Yeah, default help command. And if you wanted to actually look at another one, I think there's, yeah, minimal help command as well. So you could actually extend those, or even just do help command down here and just do, I don't know, commands, minimal help command kind of thing. In fact, let's do that. So we're actually not going to be, let me just get rid of this just in case I want to switch back. So now we're actually using minimal help command here. I'm gonna, oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that. I actually closed my command prompt. So let me go to my desktop, YouTube, Python, there we go. And we're gonna go here and we can actually take a look at what this is the minimal help command, right? So this is now built, or what comes with Discord PY. So as you can see, it does things very similarly to how we do it, except this is just existing implementation, whereas we essentially created our own version of our help command, and minimal help command is essentially just a custom version of help command that has already been implemented, so you can use it if you'd like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it at least introduced you well enough to the idea of implementing your own version of the commands help command and, you know, creating your own kind of thing. This was actually a suggested video that I thought was pretty good, so I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any other great suggestions, leave them in the comments, join the Discord, that'll be linked in the description. And yeah, again, I'm trying to get back into creating these Discord PY videos, right? So if it's a good suggestion, I'll do it. If it's a bad suggestion, I won't even read it. So I can do that. I don't have to read it and I'll know. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, share. I don't know. I'm really bad at being a YouTuber. Yeah. Okay. Bye.